and welcome to Live with Connie. Today, my guest star is Krystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. So, how are you doing today, Krystal?
I'm doing good. Earlier today, while it was cloudy, I worked in on my 2 rows of the garden, so got in a little bit of work done.
So, what type of harvest have y'all gotten so far?
Do what?
What type of harvest have y'all gotten? Um, like, have y'all gotten the bell peppers yet?
No, not yet. They're still growing. The jalapenos are almost ready, I think. Well, at least one is. The peppers are almost ready, and um, we've planted several things, and those won't be ready for at least 2 months. But yeah,
Awesome. I love peppers and like all the different types of peppers.
yeah.
And let's see, we have Julie here, but she went to go brew some coffee. And then Ivy and Timmy. I think I'm saying your name right. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? And for those that are watching on replay, I want to welcome y'all and let us know in the comments if you are watching on replay. And feel free to answer any questions that we ask on today's live in the comment section. Crystal, one of these days I need to have you as a guest star with your mom and your mom while sitting next to you.
Yeah, my mom would, but my grandmother, no,
Yeah.
she don't like to be on camera. She'll show her hand. What did she want? For you and mommy to be sitting with me on the couch one day. One day, maybe. One day when I look good, yes. Okay. Maybe for my birthday. Okay.
I think I'd pass out from shock if she actually did it.
What do you mean I don't have to talk? You can't shut me up. She didn't say that.
So, so what have you been working on lately with crochet, Crystal?
Um, I haven't been crocheting much except the little broom that I made for Pink Ski.
That's
I
so
did
cute.
that.
Yeah, I worked on that fall hat some today,
Mhm.
but Allie's had other plans for me. Anytime anytime I sit down to knit, she still wants to claim me.
Aw.
She's something else. And let's see,
Um,
Angela and Brenda's here. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? Well, Angela says she's trying to knit a pair of socks. Awesome. Let's see. So, some of y'all may already know about what happened to Frank yesterday. Yesterday was an eventful day. He was coming in the side door, and he was going up the steps. And one, it was kind of slippery because it had been raining all day. But he lost his footing and he slipped, but he did catch himself. But he hit his leg hard against like the door frame, and he ended up having to go to the emergency room. And like nothing was broken. The nurse wanted to do stitches, but since he has venous stasis in his leg and there's a lot of fluid buildup, they couldn't do the stitches. But they bandaged him up and then they gave him something. So like he's been feeling a lot better since. Like I thought for sure today he would have been hurting bad, but I mean he hurt some, but not like real bad or anything. Oh, and let's see, Chris is here. Hi, Chris. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you have the Rona, Timmy. Oh, but I'm glad you're getting better. And let's see. It looks like I'm caught up on everything in the chat. I guess I'll give it a little more time before we really get started. See if a few more people join in. But let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else to share with everybody. Like I said, other than yesterday, it's been pretty boring. um, oh, Isola's here. Hi, Isola. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? But let's see. Well, most of y'all know about my upcoming videos. Where on October 15th, I will be doing a finished project video, and on October 25th, I'll be doing a fall themed video, and then on November 1st, I'll be doing another pet video. So get y'all pictures in if y'all want to be, want them on those videos. And today I did upload my, I'm getting tongue tied. I did upload my Crochet Tuesday video today if y'all haven't watched it. And I also realized today makes 1 year since I learned how to crochet. So so I did a video sharing all my makes for the first year that I've been crocheting, and that's also uploaded now. So check that video out too.
Congrats, Connie.
Thank you. Yeah, it came up in my news feed as a memory on Facebook, my first single crochet swatch. And I was like, oh, I guess it's actually today. That makes a year. I knew it was sometime in September. Oh, David has a lot of people in his chat. 58. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm the highest. I think I've gotten around 30 in my chat. I think. And let's see. Isla says she just finished a crochet vintage French pattern and short doily with hipster yarn. Ooh, nice. Oh, thank you. Chris says I've come a long way. Yeah, because I remember when I first started, it was like, okay, am I going to get, am I going to be able to make all these nice projects? But I was determined to learn. Okay. And let's see, Miguel's here. Hi, Miguel. How are you doing today? Okay, Isla. Bears crochet critters. Her name is Brenda. Okay. So, is there anything that you would like to share with everybody today, Krystal?
Actually, yes. The Harvest Moon giveaway that was created by Off Kilter Homestead is going on, and we need more content creators to come join us in doing the collaboration. So if any of y'all are interested, how it works is it's very, very similar to Christmas in July Fairies. Anyone can join. Anyone that has a channel can join in. It don't matter what community that you're a part of, whether it's yarn, gaming, farming, harvesting, whatever. It don't matter. We're sitting at 37 channels, and last year they had 86. And so we're hoping to get the numbers up. And we have till the 10th of October to draw a winner. But my video, I'm going to be drawing my winner on the 1st, and so is my mom. And a couple other people are doing like the 4th and the 5th and the 6th. So they end pretty quickly. Most of them I have seen are doing the 9th and 10th. So, and then the big winner for that is drawn on the 20th by Haas. So if y'all spread the word about the Harvest Moon, that we need more content creators joining in.
Awesome, awesome.
And it is open worldwide.
And let's see, Nisi's here. Hi, Nisi. How are you doing today? And Miguel saying he had a nice visit yesterday with his neighbor, Pat Dancer. Some of you know from a video of mine. Oh, that's awesome, Miguel. And Ivy says she just finished another pattern, working up written and video, maybe crochet alone. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I am working on designing a knitted beanie pattern. It's going to be a fall beanie. And I decided to take a little break from my shawl and get some like fall Halloween projects done for knitting. So, and I have some other ideas I'll probably do to design some beanies. And let's see. Miguel says he'd help out with it, but right now he's got too much on his plate.
Even if you just mention it on your channel, that it's going on, that would be helping. You don't have to take part in it, but at least just mention that it's going on.
Okay, I'll try to remember to mention it in my next video.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was gonna say something and now I can't remember what I wanted to say.
That happens to me too much too.
I guess we'll go ahead and start with the first question, and maybe it'll come to me what I wanted to say. You want to go ahead and ask the first one, Krystal?
Yeah. If you could be on any game show, which would you choose and why? Okay, for those of you that know me, I absolutely love Survivor, and it's a reality game show. So, I mean, I would choose that one. If I could physically do it, I would try to sign up, literally. But I know I could not swim and I could not run and do everything that they want you to do. So I know I don't have a shot on there. But it's my favorite show. So that's why I choose that one. What would you be yours, Connie?
I would probably go with Deal or No Deal. I don't know. I just like the whole briefcase thing and like it's always fun like wondering what the amount's going to be behind that briefcase. Um, and I also like Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Cynthia's saying Price is Right. That's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
But I would want to be on Price is Right with Bob Barker. And let's see, we have Trisha here and Cynthia and Lisa. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? And let's see. Nisi is asking where the original video talking about the Harvest Moon collaboration is.
It's very easy. If you go to Off Kilter Homestead, he's the one that's in charge of the whole thing. He's the one that created it. Let me try to write it down so you know how it's spelled.
Yeah, Krystal can't type in the chat. But you can probably, didn't you link it on your video for the giveaway, Krystal?
I believe it is.
And maybe one of my moderators might be able to find the link and post it.
So he has the video where he talks about it, and if you go find the playlist, it's a hashtag Harvest Moon Giveaway 21 playlist. His video explaining all the details for the content creators that join in is the very first video at the top, and that will explain everything for the collaboration.
Okay, and Trisha Trisha says Jeopardy. And let's see, we also have Kat and Deborah here. And Julie's back with us now. So you got your coffee now, Julie? So how are all of y'all doing today? And what are y'all working on? And yeah. That's the name of the site, the channel that Krystal was just saying.
Chris posted the link. Thank you, Chris.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
And Kat says she's watching Masked Singer on TV, knitting socks and listening to video. Oh, nice.
I like Masked Singer. Good choice, Miss Kathy.
And speaking of TV shows, who's ready for Grey's Anatomy tomorrow? Who's ready for the new season? I know I am. Let's see. Okay, Nisi says she's doing a live tomorrow and she's going to mention it.
Thank you.
And let's see. Okay, yeah. Here's the link right here that Chris posted. And Trisha says she's working on a shrug. Awesome. Issa looks like Grey's Anatomy is still on. Yes. I think this is going to be season 18, I think. I'm wondering if they're going to get to season 20. But it's the longest running series. But the only original characters left is of course Meredith, and then like you got like Richard and Dr. Bailey, Miranda Bailey, but those are the only ones from the beginning left. Kat says no, tomorrow is football. No, it's Grace. I'm joking. Chris says, is there a bachelorette one? Maybe that kind. I guess maybe for the game show. And let's see. These looks like hasn't everyone left or been killed off? Pretty much. Pretty much. Like I said, Meredith is really the only one left. Okay. Oh, and that kind of reminds me. I don't know if everyone's been following the latest updates when it comes to the Gabby Petito case, where they issued an arrest warrant for the Brian Laundry, or however you say it, guy. Um and now they have the dog searching for him. And the dog has figured out that he was in like some type of campsite or something. So hopefully they catch him soon. And let's see. Lisa says she's working on her throw blankets. Tomorrow I'll be making chocolate chip cookies. Ooh, yummy. I'm coming over, Lisa. I just got 2 dozen eggs from a neighbor from his chickens. Oh, that's awesome. Trisha saying she never watched that show. Okay, so the next question is, what is your favorite grocery store section and why? I would go with the aisle with the coffee. I love the smell of coffee, and I always like seeing like what flavored coffees they have. If they come out with anything new, and well, I gotta have my coffee too. And I also tend to like the produce section. I like produce a lot. And then of course there's the dairy section, and I really like the coffee creamer area. It's all about the coffee. How about you, Krystal?
Well, Kroger's has this clearance aisle and that's where they put all their reduced markdown items. And I love going through that because you might find some good spices, some canned like vegetables or seasoning or pasta, different stuff. So I think that's my favorite section.
Yeah. Super one. If you go early in the morning, you can catch the meats reduced a lot of times. They have
Mhm.
like this little section, and then sometimes in the dairy they have like a little section where they mark down some of the dairy products. But yeah, clearance sections are always awesome. Issa was saying, I haven't checked today, but Doctor Who should be on late October or early November. Only 6 episodes. Crystal's gonna love that.
I saw today. I haven't seen when it was supposed to air, so that's awesome news. But I saw today Russell T Davies is coming back for the he's the showrunner for the ninth and tenth Doctor. He's going to be doing the 60th anniversary episode plus the seasons, I think, after that. So I'm kind of excited. The ninth and 10th Doctor's stories were a lot better. And so we're getting a better showrunner than Chris Chibnall right now. So I'm looking forward to that.
Let's see. Hi Nancy, how are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And let's see, Brenda says the meat section. And oops, Trisha says produce. It bounced on me. And Trisha also is asking, the bounty hunter is working on the case, isn't he? Yeah, the dog is the bounty hunter working on it. So hopefully they catch him. And it's like, and it looks pretty obvious that the parents had to be involved in helping him escape because, like, there was something where they found out where they know that he has been. Um, they had 3 people that entered the park or whatever you call it, and only 2 left. And I think they have it on video too. So I'm waiting for the parents to get charged for helping him escape and all. And let's see, Isola says yes, clearance. Chris says I mostly cook from scratch, but I do like to browse the frozen section of Trader Joe's because they can get some exotic things in there. That kind of reminds me of there's this grocery store called Rouse's. And like when I lived in home, we had a bunch of Rouses. And there's one in Lafayette, but there's not one here in Eunice. But like they always had like specialty items, and that's one thing I loved about Rouse's. Okay, Isla is saying something about her son. She thought her son was just pulling her ankle.
It's to the comment I made about Russell T Davies, I believe.
Okay.
Um, I guess her son told her the same thing, and she's like, "Yeah, right."
Oh, and that kind of reminds me of Grey's Anatomy. Supposedly, someone from Meredith's past is going to show up, and I read that now there may be someone else that's going to be like a surprise that's going to pop up, but Addison is supposed to be coming back for a few episodes. Lisa says I don't have regular TV. I have to wait to see Doctor Who on Netflix or something like that. And Nancy's working on a baby blanket and shawl. Oh, you're gonna like this comment, Crystal. Jada and Stitches has a Doctor Who crochet handbag tutorial that is super cute.
I'll have to check it out. Definitely.
Uh-oh, Lisa, I think Julie wants some of your chocolate chip cookies too with her coffee. And Miguel says, I mostly cook scratch, but sometimes I buy the frozen bags of meals with veggies and meat. And let's see. Oh, and Bree's here and Inherited. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? So, let's see. You want to go ahead and ask the next question, Crystal?
Let's see. How did you land your first job? I was 15 and looking for my first job, of course. And I worked at Golden Corral as a hostess. And I would get drinks and welcome people in. I don't remember how I got it, but that was when I was 15 years old. That's over 20 years ago. I can't really remember that. I just know my first job was at Golden Corral and I was a hostess. I wasn't there very long, maybe like a month and a half. So, yeah. What
My
about
first
you?
my first job was at Bonanza, and I was probably like 15 or 16. I was in high school, and I had applied, but like what basically happened was one of the girls that worked there, she was basically like a family friend, and like she was good friends with my stepbrother. Well, they were like short-handed, and she basically told the assistant manager, you know, you need to call Connie. Connie needs a job, and like, and she was actually the one that called me, not the actual manager. And she's like, "You want a job? Come on in." Let's see, where was I? Julie says she's working on finishing a cow, and I have 6 rows, and then I'm done. Awesome. My whips keep growing. And Heron says Jesus upload is taking forever. Yeah, yeah. Uploading videos takes a long time. Julie says my first job was detasseling corn. I spent the summer walking the cornfield, taking the tassels off the top of corn stalks. Isla says her first job was stuffing the circulars into the newspaper. Trisha says she sold Avon and she was 15 as well. Yeah, when I worked at Bonanza, I was a waitress. Bree says my grandfather told me to get in the truck and we drove to our nearest bean field. I had to walk bean I had to walk beans cutting weeds out for $2 an hour. Ooh. But it's probably, cost of living was probably different too.
Yeah.
Because I think like my first job, well, you know, being a waitress, it was 2.12 an hour or 2.13. But I think like the minimum wage then was like four something. Let's see. I am sleepy today. It's like I think the stress from yesterday got to me with everything that happened with Frank.
Yeah.
But at least everything ended up being all right with that. Let's see. IE says 3.10 an hour in 1976. I think what's bad. Like anytime they raise minimum wage, all that happens is prices just keep go up. It's like the businesses and all employers, they compensate by raising prices, so you're really not making more money. And
Mhm.
then if like say minimum wage is seven. I think it's 7.50 right now. But say you're making $8 and minimum wage goes to $9. Well, that was a bad example. I'm sorry. Say you're making $9 and minimum wage goes to $9. Well, everything's costing you more now. So you're in worse shape than before minimum wage went up. Let's see, Julie says I made 285 an hour in 1980. Yeah, I remember whenever like bell peppers and stuff were like four for $1. Now they're pretty much like one tends to cost you about $1. And let's see, Bree says I detasseled in junior and senior high. I guess you mean miserable work. And Margaret's here. Hi, Margaret. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next question. Okay, have you learned a new stitch recently? If so, what stitch? And the most recent stitch I learned was the arrow stitch, which which is it's a textured stitch, and it looks like a little arrow basically. It's so cute. How about you, Krystal?
I haven't learned any new stitches recently.
Trisha wants to know what happened with Frank. Okay, yesterday it was wet outside because it was raining a lot, and he was coming through the side door, and he was going up the steps to the door, and he missed his footing and he slipped, and he caught his balance, but he hit his leg hard on like the frame of the door, and he has like a big gash on his leg from it, and he ended up having to go to the emergency room, and they bandaged it up. They gave him something for the pain, and they wanted to do stitches, but he has a lot of fluid retention in his leg, so they weren't able to do stitches. And what made it worse for him is the venous stasis in his leg. So, but like at first, it's like we didn't know how bad it actually was. Poor Frank. That was the last thing he needed with that leg. And it's the same leg that he's having problems with, the one that he's waiting to have surgery on. Let's see. Ivy says $60 paycheck brought me a pair of student Levi's and curling yarn. Yeah, nothing's cheap anymore. Brenda says washing dishes at a restaurant floor. I dropped the glass and caught it right as it hit the counter and broke. I had two surgeries to fix my pinky and ring finger. Ouch. Still have nerve damage, but they were. Ooh. I remember one time working at Ryan's and I worked in the bakery and I was carrying out two trays of cookies and I slipped and like I fell on my butt. I'm speaking. But I fell on my butt. And would you believe I did not drop the cookies? Not one cookie fell off the tray. They were still in my hands like this. I don't know how that happened. Hey, she's not crocheting anything right now. She's hard. Oh, oh, Timmy's been coughing. Oh, I hope your cough goes away soon. Isla says, I learned an X with the doily I just made. It was weird. Yeah, I know like the peppermints that I'm doing with my peppermint blanket. It's kind of weird how you go all over on it. Because it's not like how you normally do a row. It's kind of like you're all over the place. Let's see. Thank you, Trisha. But yeah, hopefully that gas heals quickly because like with the venous stasis, he's he's more prone to getting infections in his leg, and like I mean, he's just overcoming an infection, and that's going to make it more likely for him to get another infection. But hopefully they do his surgery soon. But I'm not holding my breath. And let's see. You want to go ahead and ask the next question, Krystal?
Yeah. What question would you ask a monkey? I guess I would ask him, what do you think about when you see a banana?
I, I would ask a monkey probably wants a cracker. I don't know. It's like I saw that question and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I wonder how Allie would react to seeing a monkey. That would be
My
another.
grandma walks by and she heard me say that question. She goes, "Hey, buddy, can you spare me a banana?" So I guess that's what she would ask the monkey.
Julie says, "Do you feel profiled if you are offered a banana or a monkey?" Oh, I love it, Chris. I would ask a monkey if he knew anything about aliens. Hey, you never know. Trisha saying she learned a new crochet cluster stitch. It is in my shrug. Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Let me see if Frank has some ideas of what to ask a monkey. Frank, I, actually, I don't think he's here right now. I think he's on a waiter delivery. It's like I can't always keep track when he comes and goes. Julie says, "Do you ever look at humans and just want to slap Doran?" And Harrington would ask the monkey what he thinks about chimpanzees. Margaret would ask him if they were full of bananas. But yeah, why do you like bananas so much, monkey? Uh, Timmy saying crochet cluster stitch was the last stitch she learned. I'm trying to think of some other things that would be cool, funny to ask a monkey. Mm.
One of my family members actually had a monkey. I don't remember who it was,
Oh,
but it was before my time. It was when my mom was little. My great aunt, she actually had a monkey, a capuchin monkey.
oh. Trisha saying my friend used to have a monkey and she used to let him loose in the house. What a mess. Brenda would ask the monkey if it wanted to learn how to crochet. But I think monkeys might be able to learn. Yeah, they do have a lot of human-like qualities. Okay. And Isla would ask the monkey if they had any stories of when the dinosaurs ruled the world. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. I think we have two more questions, and then I guess we'll start wrapping things up. We're about 40 minutes in. Okay. If you could change your name to anything, what would your new name be and why? I like Christina Cousteau. I don't know why I like it. I just think it sounds cool. Or like I would like to like chew like stuff like Al Caselser. Or like Jack Daniels. Actually, speaking of that one, I do have a funny story about that. Like, whenever I was in the Navy, like, I didn't know what Jack Daniels was. And someone, calls on the payphone asking to speak to Jack Daniels. And the way that the barracks were set up, like, half of it was the females, the other half was the males. And there was like a big divider. So like I'm on duty and I answer the payphone. So I go or the phone that rang it. So I go and I'm asking like, Jack Daniels, you have a phone call. I thought it was really somebody. And also someone's like, Connie, it's a joke. That's the name of a drink, a type of alcohol. I'm like, oh. So how about you, Krystal?
Um, when I was younger, and I wrote poetry on a frequent basis, I used to use the pen name um, Doris Tracy because I always liked it. But I don't think I'd actually change my name. I might have, my AKA, but that I guess it would be or Valerie. I've always liked the name Valerie. So yeah, Doris or Valerie.
Let's see. Timmy wants to know what is your favorite pattern? Oh, that's hard. I have so many I like. Let's see. I really love the ocean blanket. That was a really fun one. Um, the peppermint blanket that I'm doing now. Um, in general, I like a lot of fun projects, like cutesy holiday. How about you, Krystal?
Um, well, the circular shawl that I designed, I really like that one. I've made it 3 times now. One for the workup of the pattern, one for my beaded challenge because I thought it would look pretty with the beads, and then the third one was for the pattern when I released it. So, but it was kind of fun and it's different than a normal shawl pattern. It kind of has a different kind of repeat to it. So that's why I guess I like it so much.
Let's see. Brenda's saying she's good with Brenda Bear. And Timmy has to go. Bye, Timmy. I hope you have a good night. Isla says, I can think of what I would change my name to. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some other cool names. Like I know sometimes like when the solicitors call and stuff for the scammers, and like they ask your name, I want to tell them stuff like Mickey Mouse, or something off the wall to see if they realize it. Or like when they're asking you for credit card information, just start making up numbers like 1 2 9 7 3 2. Where they think, oh, I'm getting their information. Oh, yay. Wrong. Trisha says she likes the boomerang shawl. I also have made blankets with one big granny square. You just crochet around and around. Awesome. And Isla says if you like puzzles, doily patterns from the 40s to 80s or for you. Cool. But yeah, I can't think of what I wanted to say now. I've been doing that a lot tonight.
I do kind of the same thing. I'll walk in my room to go get something, and I'll be like, "What did I come in here for?" And then I'll turn around and try to go backtrack my steps and maybe figure out, it'll jog my memory on what I was going there for.
I do that all the time. And like especially like whenever I'm tired, I'm more
Mhm.
prone to forget things.
Yeah.
And then there was a time that I put mushrooms in the freezer, and I knew I had mushrooms, and I'm looking in the refrigerator, cannot find them. Then all of a sudden one day I find them in the freezer. Why I put them there, I don't know. Brenda's saying my favorite is the small but mighty dragon amigurumi pattern by Sharon Ohala.
Brenda, where do you find that pattern?
More than likely, you can probably just search Google and pull it up, or search Ravelry.
Well, I didn't know if it was in Ravelry or if it was for sale on Etsy or if it was a tutorial on YouTube
Sorry,
or what.
sorry, I'm
But I love
coughing.
dragons.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I think Frank just drove up, and he. Oh, okay, he is back. It sounded like he drove off again. I was like, oh, he must have gotten another order just as he drove up. Yeah, yeah. He's been doing some of the waiter deliveries. Brenda says there was a tutorial on YouTube a while back. She'll try to find it.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we'll ask the last question and then start wrapping things up. What is something TV movies make you think is? Hold on a minute.
It's okay. Go ahead and ask it.
It was actually your turn. Do you want to ask
Okay.
it or?
No, you started to ask it. You can go ahead and ask it. It's okay.
That's actually there's two more questions. I thought there was just one more question. I got off track. Well, you have
Well,
one
we
and I
may not
have
get to it, but we might.
one. Okay. So, what is something TV movies make you think is common, but isn't? Well, like whenever I would watch TV, I used to think like you moved into like a neighborhood or a new place, and you would have all your neighbors like welcoming you, knocking on your door, introducing themselves, and like bringing over baked goods or whatever, like how you always see on TV. But in
Mhm.
reality, that does not happen. I mean,
Mm-mm.
and if it's happened to you, let me know in the comments. But I mean, like the first time I had my apartment, that's the picture I had in my head, and it's like, okay, no one's introducing themselves, nothing. How about you, Crystal?
Um, I would actually have to say true love because they make it like it's always perfect, and it is never like that. You always have problems or have to overcome stuff, and it's never nothing like what they portray true love to be on TV.
Exactly. Or like, oh, we known each other for a week. Oh, we're getting married now. And it's like that's not typically how it works. I mean, yeah, there are some people that do that, but the sad thing is that you typically don't know each other that well, and I mean, sometimes it can work out, but more than likely it won't.
Yeah.
Um, Isola's asking, is there a knitted pattern that looks like snake skin? I know there's like leopard print. I've seen leopard print. And Chris is saying yes, it's a multi-port tutorials on YouTube. They are sharing Ohala's YouTube playlist.
Mm.
Oh, Trisha says the neighborhood she grew up in was like that. The neighbors were great. I miss that. And I do sometimes wonder if it was more like that, like, in the past generations more, where like everyone seemed to know everybody. Like you would go into town and they knew everyone that lived in your town. And Brenda says, if you search for Small but Mighty Dragon in YouTube, it should come up. Channel name is Sharon Ohio. I can post a link in your Facebook group too.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Trisha says, I always listen for the music in a love scene. Have not heard it yet. And that's another aspect, which I was kind of like not going to talk about the love scenes, but those are really unrealistic too in
Mhm.
movies and TV. Issa says on TV, the moms are always dressed nice with jewelry and heels. Look at my mom, dress yes, but no heels. And then, like, if you go back, like, probably like, 70s and 60s and stuff, maybe, 50s, women used to wear dresses just to go to the grocery store. And now you're lucky, like, if they're wearing makeup, they're like in their pajamas and no makeup now. Okay. Brenda's saying she just posted in your Facebook group, Crystal. She's made the pattern a few times and everyone loves them.
Awesome. Thank you. I don't even know what it looks like, and I'm already saying I'm going to make it, but it's a dragon. I know I'm going to love it.
Okay. Yeah, Trisha says my mother always wore a dress and my father always wore a tie. Yeah, it's like now sometimes it's nice the fact that you can be more comfortable now, but there is something about that like old school where people would dress up for things, and it's like
Mhm.
you don't really see it anymore. Okay, so we'll ask the last question, and I guess I'll ask it since you don't have the question.
It's okay.
What is the next stitch you plan to learn? Um, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the popcorn stitch next. That or I think like the either that or like the bobble and crochet. So how about you, Crystal?
Honestly, I have no clue. I have done when I first started crocheting. I did technically every stitch I could possibly, find. Um, so there's nothing new that I have come across lately um, that I don't know. I mean, I have never seen what you're calling the arrow stitch, so that would be something new. So I might have to go look and see what that is. I never knew the waistcoat stitch until you told me about it either. So I don't research a lot of stitches.
Funny thing is, like typically I just see a pattern and I'm like, oh, I want to make that pattern.
Hmm.
So I'm not so much like, okay, which stitch I'm going to do next. It's, if, whatever stitch the pattern calls for.
Yeah.
But because I decided to do that textured blanket that I'm designing, so that has me more like looking at different stitches and plotting, okay, which stitch am I going to do next?
Yeah.
And let's see. Trisha wants to know what the stitch, she says a stitch that looks like scales. What is that called? I'm not sure. Now, Julie thinks it might be the crocodile stitch. Good night, Isla. I hope you have a good night.
Good night.
I'm not familiar per se with a lot of different stitches.
Hmm.
It's like, I've done corner to corner, and I think I have technically done the shell stitch in some patterns. But sometimes you're doing a stitch and you don't always realize it because you're
Yeah.
just doing what the pattern tells you to do, and they don't specify this is this stitch, um, granny stitch, waistcoat. Like right now I'm doing the arrow stitch. I may have done a few other stitches. Oh, and Brenda has to go too. Night night, Brenda. Yeah, we're not going to be too much longer. We decided to not go as long tonight. We're trying to aim for about an hour tonight. But but yeah, and like I said, at the beginning of this video, I have my upcoming videos that I'm going to be doing. October 15th will be finished projects. October 25th will be fall themed. It could be any type of fall decor, um, Halloween decor, carving your pumpkins, the pretty leaves, like nature, pictures of nature, fall in nature. Um, then November 1st will be another pet video. My mind went blank. My notebook don't want to stay still. It keeps wanting to like. See, it's got a big. But oh yeah, and then Saturday I still need someone to go live with me. So if anyone's interested, let me know. I need to send out some emails too to try to find somebody. So yeah, let me know if anyone wants to come live. And do you have anything you'd like to say, Crystal, before we say goodbye?
Thanks for coming in and talking with us, and I hope everyone has a good night.
And thank you for coming live with me tonight, Brenda. I'm sorry, Crystal. I changed your name.
It's okay. You were probably reading where Chris said good night, Brenda.
But then I know I have people that call me Crystal sometimes. Have you had people call you Connie?
I don't know. Maybe once or twice.
But yeah, thank you everyone for watching tonight, and those that will be watching on replay. And I hope y'all have a fabulous Yorny night and a fabulous Yorny tomorrow. Be the light and bye bye bye.